Sal, we are true Red Devils and unhurt. That's why I'm mentally rattled. Let's hope we get them back to that. manutd, let me tell you this, mate. As a friend of yours, man, I'm going to tell you this, right? We will get back to the promised land. Trust me. We will get back to where we need to be. But the one thing we have to do as football fans is not be in competition with each other. Whether we're Erik ten Hag in, whether we're Erik ten Hag out, we're not in competition. There is no prize at. Hopefully I'm back. Yeah. Let me just get this. Yeah, there's no prize at the end of this, guys. There's no prize at the end of this race. If Erik ten Hag fouls, we foul as well. We foul as a community. We foul as a football club. We foul as a fan base. You know what I mean? But one thing we can do is try and remain optimistic. Of course, we can't be overzealous, but we can't be over pessimistic as well, guys. We have to be united as a fan base. And this competition that they keep bringing between the fan bases, you know, like Erik ten Hag, ball fraud, peanut head, things like that. I don't agree with it. I've never agreed with that stuff ever. You know, and you know what? It creates toxicity. It creates toxicity at the end of the day. We can disagree on here, and I disagree a lot on here, believe me. But at the end of the day, you know what? It is all about uniting as a fan base and trying to be a bit more positive. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day. And you know what? I've seen a lot of Man United. I've seen Man United in worse positions than this. Believe me, under Sir Alex. Right? I've seen us in worse positions. So one thing we should do is just keep the belief, guys. Keep the belief. That's what I would do. Jim, you need to get a backbone, my friend. Jim, come on, man. You need to get a backbone. Don't worry about being called names. I get called names all the time. If you see my Twitter feed, my goodness me, I've been called names all the time, mate. Don't cry. You forgive me for what? I got calling me crap. I didn't call anyone crap. What is crap? I didn't call anyone crap. Come on, Jim. Don't be soft, mate. Come on, mate. I need to man you up a little bit, my friend. I do. Absolutely. Yeah. So at the end of the day, look, you know, I get called all names at the time. You know, some call me a you shut up, you F, shut up, you CNT. You know, people say that to me all the time. It doesn't mean anything to me. At the end of the day, you know what? I like that. And that's the way I speak. At the end of the day, I'm from the East End of London, mate. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? But I'm going to bring in my friend. I'm going to bring in my friend, my good old friend. He's a debut on the show. Can you believe it's his debut on the show, mate? Can you believe it, Mick? It's your debut on the show, bruv.
Really? I'm tired. I just woke up having my coffee, listening to you, as per usual, because you're the first one to stream since you live in Abu Dhabi and pay $60 for internet. Oh my God, that's robbery, mate. That's robbery. Good morning.
But you know, you lived in Dubai for like how long? 10 years, didn't you?
Yeah, so it's bloody monopoly. It's a ripoff. Like you have do or Etisalat. You can't get away from it.
Bro,
you know.
Listen, look, I live in a complex, innit? So we share the internet around the building, and it becomes like a nightmare. So I'm gonna try and get unlimited data, and I'm looking at unlimited data. I need a bloody mortgage for unlimited data in this place. You know what I mean? I miss London.
No, I literally landed from. I was in Bangkok for 2 days, running around trying to do some content, and just trying to find some United fans and speak to some people. I uploaded a video. I just arrived late last night. So I had a little bit of a sleep in. Of course, having my first cup of coffee, listening to you, ranting and banting, and I 100% agree what you're saying. Not on match day. Don't give me this negativity connotations on the match day, right? I know that ESPN did a hit piece yesterday, trying to sort of win a Pulitzer Prize by squeezing in as much lies as possible by Man United, and I was thinking to myself, wow, I came to the end of that. I know that Rob Dawson and all them, they hate Man United. Media just hate Man United. You spoke well about Sir Alex, where he's stepping down and got fired or whatever. Because the guy doesn't need the money. That's the thing, right? He made his money. That's the thing. He's fucking 84, 86.
He's going to be there today.
Yeah, 100%. But the thing is that, you know, not on this fucking match day, because we've seen it before, you know, in big games occasions when Man United are pressured to win. They do everything just to sort of stir the pot. They want us to lose. They want us to do shit. And going back to the press conference with Erik ten Hag, when he said, one of the journalists, well, when you do bad, we do well. And that's the thing, right? So it's a money machine, printing stories about United. But the thing is that who gets hurt in the middle is the fans, us, including myself. Like I can't lie. I think that it feels like we are in April, March already, but we just kicked off the season 7 games in. Realistically speaking, yes, it's the worst start of the season, ever, to be honest. But just look at the points. We are 6 points from top 4. So is it that bad? And how many games is there left to play?
Yeah, we've still got like how many? 32 games to play,
Okay.
something like that.
So why is nobody
30,
talking about
31.
Ange Postecoglou and Spurs having also the bad start? It's only Man United. Okay, so the table is a false dawn.
Yeah,
right?
That's why I wouldn't call us a mid-table team. I wouldn't say that. I would say like we lost the league title.
No, I'm fine. We are not doing well at the moment.
But we lost the league title with 8. We've been 8 points clear of the league with literally a month to go. Right, we've lost the league title. That is how quickly the league can swing. We lost to Man City in 2012. We were 8 points clear of the league, and we literally had 1 point to win the league, and then we ended up losing to Wigan.
Reality is that this is reality. The points tally is the reality. The table is reality. The fact is that we are not getting the best out of the players is also reality. The reality check is Ten Hag needs to do a mental check himself. I was watching his press conference yesterday, and he gave a little bit of stick for the media for creating, what do you say, lies and stuff like that. Yeah, he said we are on the same page. One thing that's real is there's nothing coming up from the club internally, nothing. So the media has to create these stories, second guessing, of course. That's reality. But the reality is, how the fuck are we going to play this game today, right? You mentioned Mazarawi is available. Will he pick him? 100%. He's been doing rotation this season, 7 games in. No need. They're fresh legs, right? Why would you sub up Marcus Rashford when he didn't go on international break when he was cooking? Those things needs to change. Reality is his in-game management. I'm very critical to that, right? And reality for me is that I don't want to see a manager sacked. I wanted to see this current setting. This team is good enough to challenge for top 4. I want to see maximum performance, right? But if we lose today, that'd be catastrophic. I want us to get on the bike like Sir Dale Brailsford. He's a cycling expert. Just tell them, get on your fucking bike, go on a run or go on a cycle, right? Because football goes in cycles. It's like empires, rise and fall of empires, right? I think that Arsenal is on the rise because they've been 4 years with Arteta. We are in the middle of an open heart surgery. Everyone was crying out for the open heart surgery, and it's actually happening in front of your eyes. So we changed the whole footballing operation, the whole backroom staff. We have new coaches, set piece coaches, new medical staff. We recruited 7 new players in. We got rid of 17 players. So I think that the expectations within the fan base are super high at the moment because of these changes, right? And therefore, it feels like it's a punch in the solar plexus. But I think that why are we scared about Brentford? We're playing at home today, right? It's been the international break, a reset. Anything could happen. And I believe that players would be up for it today. Players need to show for the fans why we are supporting this team.
Yeah, and this is what I would say. Every single match day, ever since I started supporting the football club, I've never said we're going to lose the game. I've never, ever predicted we would lose the game against, no matter where we are. I've never said that. And to be honest with you, I class what we are at the end of the season. We are what we are at the end of the season. It is only 6-7 games at the moment. Yeah. We can win 1 game, we're all the way up there again. Do you know what I mean? It's like that. You cannot read the league now. You cannot give a judgment on the league now. At the end of the day, as I said, in 98, 99, Aston Villa were top this time of the season. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Aston Villa, we were about 5th. So at the end of the day, I don't read too much into it. I feel like we just need to, as a fan base, be a little bit more optimistic, a little bit more believing. I know, look, at the end of the day, Erik Ten Hag's making mistakes. We know it. We're Erik Ten Hag supporters. He's making a lot of mistakes. I mean, the Marcus Rashford one, as you said, and playing Bruno when he's not playing well. He's not been playing well for just take him out of the team a little bit. Give him a break. A couple of games here and there. He hasn't played. He's played 3 out of 10 for the last few games. We know that. But at the end of the day, the one thing we can't do is use our opinions as a tool to hit other fans with. Because at the end of the day, it is all about the football club.
Yeah,
Manchester United.
And
all I care about is winning against Brentford today. I don't care where we are right now. All I care about 1-0, 2-1 off the backside from a corner. I don't care as long as we win the game, and that's all I care about at the end of the day. But in regards to you said about Ineos, it has been only a couple of months. Let's be real. But we did say it. We were big advocates for the full sale, Qatar in and stuff. We were 100%. Big advocates for it. This is why, because obviously the process is going to be a lot slower than it would have been. But we have to give them a chance. It is what it is. We have to give them a chance. We have to give Ineos a chance. We have to give Jim Ratcliffe a chance. This whole structure has changed. It's completely different now. And you know what? In regards to Erik ten Hag, you know what? Today's a big game. We lose this game, it'd be catastrophic, I think. Yeah. And then we got Fenerbahce, and then it's going to get even more catastrophic.
There's 2 points.
It would be ironic, though, if Jose Mourinho's his last game.
Yeah. Listen, it's you mentioned something too that I picked what you said because I've been thinking about it, really. I mean, this is a brand new project. We are on ground zero, basically. Everyone has been given a clean slate. But when you said about opinions, that's what football is all about, isn't it? Like, you're entitled to have different opinions, but part of fueling this negative connotation opinions, it's a marriage. It's actually the media. And 90% of them writers are not even Man United fans, to be honest, right? So they are the ones driving the negativity, and you reading it, and you become toxic because of that. And then you can't see forest from the tree. And of course, I've been affected too. Like, I've been pissed off. Where do I stand with this manager? I'm not in, I'm not out. I refuse to be forced to categorize myself in one of these categories. And it feels like you've been pushed. It's like you're on a gunpoint. It's like you have to be in or out. But I'm saying, well, I'm on the doubt category because the reason why I'm on the doubt category because standards. I want us to raise the bar. Prove me wrong, right? Prove me wrong to believe, right? When we got Ten Hag over Poch, I was said, this is an appointment. And I'm glad we didn't get Poch at the end of the day, right? Ten Hag mentioned it yesterday as well, to be honest, that he even put his hand up in his presser to say, we need to score goals. This is not good enough, right? So he's aware of the situation. So I want us to see us scoring goals. And what does that lead to, Sal? Is that he must be aware of that his system is currently not allowing the players to score goals, right?
Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, I'm a big advocate for 4-4-2. I've said it, or 4-5-1. I think we need to get 2 players up there. The problem we're having is that our players are not scoring enough, crossing enough, not assisting enough. On the wing, we're much more inclined to cut in. With these inverted wingers. I'm not a fan of inverted wingers because it encourages players to not cross, to try and cut in and shoot, rather than go on the byline and cross it in. There's no substitute for a decent ball into the box like Beckham used to do. I mean, people say, "Oh, that's the past." Crossing a ball, it resonates through generations. It doesn't matter if you cross that ball good. Someone's going to get on the end of it at the end of the day. And we're overcomplicating things, I think, And in regards to fans, I would say, some people have been influenced by the toxic media. But one thing we shouldn't do is worship our own opinion. And that's what I've never done. People have an ego.
No.
And
I mean,
it's all about, I told you so. I told you so. You were wrong. And I'm right. It's not about that. At the end of the day, we all suffer when Man United lose.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're all going to get bantered.
We know each other for a long time. I'm not playing it safe. You know me, Manutd. You know me, right? I refuse a Man United in all the way in, like Sal, been supporting this club for 40 plus years, 3rd generation. And one thing that I want is like everyone else wants. I want us to win. I want us to win the Premier League. I want us to win the Champions League, every single trophy. But I'm also real to say that current setup is not working. So if he continues this way, this stubbornness, not changing the system, not having a balanced approach, a team, playing players in this possession, right, then you will see me change my opinion come December if we are still sitting in the same position. Then I will say, ain't working. Right now, I have my own doubts because I see football. I played football. And I've been saying this system ain't working. It's unbalanced, right? What I don't want him to do is to shoehorn in, Garnacho to the right, just because he got 2-star players in terms of Garnacho and Rashford. You have the selection problem. Who's going to start, right? I want us to still be balanced on the right, the wingers. And I've been saying also, I want to see us sometimes to play a 3-5-2 with Xerxes playing as a number 10 or a deeper striker, link up or play, and Højlund, right? But will he do it? I don't know. He sticks to the 4-2-3-1 system, which is pretty much high press, win up the ball high up on the pitch. Everyone should be focusing on defense, which you keep forgetting the attacking duties. I think that stems from last season where we were cut up very openly, easily in the midfield, and we conceded so many shots on goal. So he's fixed that. He fixed that problem 100%. But he forgot one important aspect: scoring the goals. Right.
Exactly. Here's a question from manutd. When would you finally be pushed over the edge, Mick, in regards to Erik ten Hag? How long would you give it?
I'll give it to Christmas, to be honest, because realistically speaking, as I said earlier before, like we played 7 games, hasn't been the best start. I don't look at the table. I can see that there's 6 points, 2 games from top 4. Anything can happen in football. Chelsea can lose, Arsenal can lose, everyone can lose, and we can win. But if we continue on this bad patch and we are still where we are, then I will definitely be pushed over the edge to say, but I look from a structural perspective, not from a managerial. I look at from this system ain't working. The players are not performing according to, on the paper, what they should be doing, the outputs, right? So it comes down to, if we come down to December and we're still sitting 14th, then it's clear as daisy that this is not working, right? But on the other hand, if you're going to put in an interim now, that would not be an interim appointment because this is too far in the season, right? An interim works well when you get somebody in January for the remaining of the season, just to get like a second bounce. But if you get a second bounce in now, that will kind of phase out as well, like a fizzed balloon come December as well. So I'm willing to sort of see what he can do now until December. I'm willing to be positive to back this team, but it goes in 2 ways, amicable ways. Give me something back, Eric. You know what I mean? Give me something back to believe, right? And the belief starts today. If we spank Brentford today, the whole attitude within the fan base would change slightly bit, because the cure for this depression, in my opinion, is winning, right? As soon as we start winning games, you will see the attitude within the fan base start changing. Fact is, that happened in the first season under Ten Hag when we went on a winning streak, right? The whole fan base were euphoric, or, on endorphins. But as soon as we start losing, of course, everyone is on the, downer.
Of course. I mean, hopefully that people start raising up. Certain fan groups will get together and start supporting the football club again, because that's what it's all about, in my opinion. It's not about being right and wrong, but hopefully people will get together and start supporting the football club. In regards to Erik ten Hag, you know what? I've never been Erik ten Hag in or out. I'm Manchester United in. That's what I am, and that's what I'll always be.
Yeah.
And he is making mistakes. He is stubborn. Sometimes it doesn't work. Even Sir Alex Ferguson changed the formation during the Champions League when he thought, we're getting exposed here. We have to play 5 in the middle and we have to play 2 up front, 1 up front, instead of playing 4-4-2. And sometimes you have to just swallow your pride and say, look, this is not working. I've been screaming out for a double pivot. I think we need to play a double pivot, and that will give the attackers more license to attack there, of course. I mean, I've never been a great admirer of the 3 at the front, because I feel like the 3, they split up and then you end up having one striker up front, isolated, especially when you've got wingers who don't really create, and it's becoming like too predictable. We're becoming too predictable. We've got inadverted fullbacks, inadverted wingers. And, we need to do something about it. I've been saying play Harry Amas on the left-hand side, on the left.
Yeah, me too.
Bloody play him, for goodness sake. And just play Dalot on the right back or Mazraoui.
It's interesting what you're saying, because everything goes through the wing, and they seem to be sort of cutting in, not putting, and try to put crosses in the box, take on your defender, crash into the wall. If you remember when we used to play with Martial, everything used to go through the middle, like, the intricate passes, 1-2 touches, bum, 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 and cut through. We don't see that anymore, because I think defensively, it's been given instructions to Bruno as well. Be defensive minded. Don't do Hollywood passes. And sometimes he does these stupid mistakes. But if you play 5 in the middle, 100% with wing backs, you will see us bombing forward like never before, right? You would see different patterns of play, different combinations. But right now, it's not working. And even the instructions have been telling, like, if you notice lately that Marcus Rashford cuts into the midfield to help as well, to create an overload in the midfield. The left back, in terms of being Dalot, is also playing inverted midfielder as well. So therefore, the left-hand side is exposed 100%. But why we're not playing to the strength to the right? We don't see much play to the right. We have Mazraoui, apparently. He can bomb forward as well, but we haven't seen him bomb forward that much. You know what I mean? He's more on defensive duty. Then Amad Diallo is perfectly fine. Amad Diallo for me, is a perfect winger. And on the left should be Garnacho, because they're proper wingers, hugging that touchline, going all the way to the byline. Making the fullback second guess. Is he going to drop a shoulder? Is he going to go left? Is he going to right? Is he going to cut inside? That's what a proper wing play is, right?
Exactly. And I used to play semi-pro, and I was a fullback, and I used to love it when players used to cut in. I used to love it because it's predictable. I used to hate players playing on the outside of me and the overlapping run coming from the fullback. We don't have any overlapping runs now as well. Mazraoui doesn't go forward. As you said, we don't play to the right. We're always to the left. But we haven't got a good left-hand side. You know what I mean? And that's the problem. The problem with Dalot is a right footer. So he's going to be more naturally inclined to go into that midfield. Some people are saying he's backing up Eriksen, he's protecting Eriksen. But then it leaves a big gaping hole, doesn't it, on that left-hand side? And against Porto were doing it. Left-hand side, cross. Left-hand side, cross.
Yeah,
and eventually we got punished. And it is, I think, what was it? 7 out of 8 goals have come from the left-hand side this season, or something like that. We've conceded around that number. Yeah, it's madness when you think about it.
It is. If you really analyze it, you see that the left-hand side has been the problem. So this is temporary. Dalot is not going to play, left back all the time. So I agree with you. When is it time to introduce Harry Amas? Maybe it's too early. Maybe we saw him in preseason, but he's a natural left footer. He can do it. He faced Mo Salah in the preseason as well. And this is Brentford. So I would love to see a Harry Amas as a left back today, rather than a Dalot. Again, when Marcus Rashford was at his best, when he scored 30 goals that season, who did he have as a left back?
Sorry, what's that? Sorry, Mick?
When Rashford was at his best, when he scored 30 goals that season,
Luke Shaw.
He had Luke Shaw overlapping, underlapping, providing the support constantly. Now, I was saying that they are like, twins, like, joined by the hip. One cannot do well without the other one, because you need a solid left-footed left back that can sort of support you, overlap, underlap. You know what I mean? That's what we don't. That's what we're missing. And the right-footed, like a Dalot, doesn't do it. He does not do it.
And we had a relationship during the Sir Alex Ferguson period. Beckham would tell you how important Gary Neville was to his play, and Gary Neville would tell you the same. This relationship that we have on the wing, we don't have it. It's like the strangers playing with each other every single game. And Rashford is going forward 3/4 of the length of the pitch, looking back, passing back. He's not taking on his man. There's no overlapping runs, and that's partly why we're not creating anything. Crossing has become void. Man United used to be known for crossing. We haven't been crossing the ball at all over the last few years. It's been null and void. We won a treble from crossing the ball. And we don't have that anymore. I feel like we should stick to basics. I just feel like we should go to
basics. And that was kind of the point on my whole rant, to say that if you can see what we see, there's so minor tweaks you can do, 100%. First of all, don't chop and change that much, because the team needs to have stability. We don't even know who is the starting 11 as of yet of the season. We can't pick a starting 11, and I don't think he can do it either. But if you stay playing players consistently, the same starting 11, like when you do prediction, when you're going to predict Arsenal starting 11, it's so easy. Liverpool starting 11, easy. We know they're going to play, right? Not with us. We're sitting here doing the match prediction, lineup prediction, and we never get it right. That's the thing. So we are not there yet. I don't think that we negotiated so much in this season to sort of get the prices down that affected our first start of the season because the players were not ready, right? So once we see Lenny Euro come back in, I think we can play a back three, 100%. But for now, I agree with what you're saying. Make a little bit tweaks, win the fucking games, score some goals, make fans happy. Because football is a result business. All I care about is winning right now. Win today, and then the style of play or identity of play will come eventually as we gel along as a new team.
Absolutely. And hopefully today that will come. Hopefully we score some goals, man. Hopefully we score a few goals today. It'd be nice to get what we got, 1 goal a month, something like that.
No, it's horrendous. You cannot lie, Sal. It's been dire. Like, this right.
Minus goal difference last season. We're already there this season in regards to that. Are we on equal or are we on minus? I think we're still on minus, I think, on goal difference. Yeah, it'd be nice to get a few goals. Maybe 2 or 3 goals would be nice, my man. But thanks for joining me, Jim, though. I'm going to close up the show and stuff like that, brother.
And Casimir said, change energy drink. You can't have better energy drink than an espresso. You know that. Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom, da post.
Anyway, thank you for sharing the link. It's been a while.
Oh man, yeah, it's been crazy. I've been trying to sort out everything myself and stuff, everything on my life, trying to straighten everything out and everything. So I'll get there, man. I'll get there. Thanks, Jim, man.
Casimir say, Mick, what's your prediction for today's game? Should we jinx it, footballing gods?
Oh man,
I say 2-1
already.
3-1.
That's 3-1. Okay, Mick,
that's really classic.
It's going to be aggressive, but yeah, hopefully, and
we have a bitter. What's his name? The manager now? Oh God, Thomas Frank. Yeah, every time since the post-COVID when he lost, he's been so bitter and saying we were the better team. We can win this lane. He's so bitter, like Man United. He just wants to spank us. He wants to win us. But every time he come, we had the answer. So hopefully we will see a bit of Thomas Frank after the post-match interview. So I got 3-1 United. I think that Rasmus Højlund would score today. I would see so, definitely. Lineup is going to be very hard. I like to see Kobe Mainoo is injured, of course, so I would like to see Christian Eriksen in there with... No, we need legs. Fuck's sake, we need legs. I don't know. I can't tell it. I can't predict it.
We need to stop standing still in the middle of the pitch and start passing that ball a little bit quicker, visit around the pitch a little bit quicker, be a little bit more assertive on the ball, not second guessing where we're going to pass the ball, looking around, and Onana helps sometimes when he's, if he can pass the ball out the back from a little bit quicker, nothing beats speed and being quick on the ball. Football's a simple game, Mick, and we're just overcomplicating that. We're overcomplicating it. Leach is getting the ball. He's standing on top of the ball. He's looking around all day in the world, and then he passes it. By that time, the opposition team was already reorganized and ready to defend against you, whatever you're going to do. And that's why we're having problems. No. Hopefully that changes today, guys. 3-1, Mick said. I say 2-1. Come on, Mick.
Let's go. Come on, United.
Come on, United. Come on, mate.
Everyone, big up. See you later.
Take it easy,
see you later in the watch-alongs and everything at MUFC Realist TV. And glory, Man United. We should do this. Believe. Believe, man. Believe. Keep the positivity, guys. It's always the hope that kills you, what the people say, yeah?
What are the people that say, yeah? Big up, Mick. Big up, man.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Cheers, guys.
You too. Cheers.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.